morning, everybody, and welcome to another Kerfuffle Partnerships webinar. And I am delighted to have Blue Blood royalty here from the world of prop tech. We have the fantastic Bradley Caser of SMS Speedway. How are you, Brad?
Very well, thanks, Simon.
Come on, I was expecting more, Bradley. Come on.
Oh, fantastic! All the better for talking to you, the old bucker.
Put a bit of oomph into it. Come on. So I have to say, Brad, I look forward to your tweets because they are a source of great education in an otherwise barren wasteland of stuff. So keep the education going. It's really impressive.
Yeah, I must say it's a bit of Wild West out there, isn't it, Simon? But you always manage to steam in with something to kick the hornet's nest. Why walk past one when you can actually give it a good old tonk?
No, it's not a decent day until you've had an argument, is it? Speaking of which, hello there, Mr. Goddard. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, very well, thanks. Just wondering which hedge you're crawling through at the moment.
This is Help I'm a Prop Tech Legend, Get Me Out of Here, the new set. I have been abandoned in central London. They won't let me check me into my room, so I'm in a courtyard. So bear with me, as they say. Matt, so just in terms of actually as an Everton fan, there's a lot going on. You looking forward to the new season?
Absolutely. 14th of August, double jabbed, vaccine passport. I'm all set for that Southampton home game. Some
really interesting stuff in the headlines at the moment, aren't there?
Yeah, free transfers, cheap acquisitions from Germany. That's the way forward, isn't it? Sounds a bit like Fixflow, doesn't it?
Exactly. Enough of that nonsense. Yeah, enough of that nonsense anyway. So let's stop there. Let's talk about you guys. So this is it's an interesting one, this, isn't it? Because the title's past, present, and future collaboration. Brad, you were one of the very first people, as far as I'm aware, to have integrated with Reapit in the early days. Certainly one of the best used ones. Do you want to just give us just an overview of how long you've been working together on this basis? And we're going to talk about, obviously, today how you've upgraded that to the new Foundations platform. But just give us kind of the origin story.
Right. Well, I'm not going to big it up, so I'll say history was made at 8 minutes past 4 on the 29th of May 2002. And on that understated note, we've that was when the first text message was sent from Reapit, which was still a startup company in London. I think you were still in nappies back then, Simon.
Still am.
And of course, since then, that was an initial viewing confirmation message, test message. And of course, I think we sort of revolutionized the industry in terms of sending the automated appointments, the reminders, very basic stuff by today's standards. But we've progressed from then till 3 million people last year had two-way conversations through the Reapit platform, one way or another. And it's obviously grown at a rate of knots. We now, looking in the tens of millions of messages passing every year. And there's virtually not a property that is purchased or sold somewhere in the UK that hasn't at some point had the Speedway messaging service applied. I mean, obviously, Reapit being the gorilla in the industry, as a lion's share.
Heart on that. But Brad, the team asked you for some standout stats in terms of, you just hit one of them. You've got 12,000 clients. In 2020, 3 million people had a unique two-way conversation through your system. That's pretty incredible. 124 countries sent through your system, and that's 24/7, 365 a year. So this isn't one of those systems that's used sporadically. This is absolutely intrinsically part of the Reapit clients and the SMS Speedway's mutual clients experience, isn't it?
It's the employee that never sleeps, really. What it is that it's a shop window that's open 24/7, and because of the Foundations platform and the advanced integrations that have become available through Reapit now, we're able to access data serve clients, be that shop front for the agents, when they awake, when they're asleep, and also easily scale up as well. So, I personally have been quite astounded by the rate of the adoption of the mobile sector. I didn't dream it was possible back then, Simon, when you and I were having our initial conversations. It was just a little side piece really to the show. And of course, now communication has moved dead center. It's at the heart of all the journeys, from people first getting interested in a property, deciding at 2 a.m. in the morning that they don't want to be with the person they're with anymore, moving out, or finding out that they're having a baby, or proposing, or whatever it is that's creating these life-changing changes in people's lives. And then they make this big decision, the biggest decision of their lives, and we can take them from that journey all the way through. And communication's at the center of all of it, and mostly it's in people's pockets these days as well.
So, Brad, in terms of, people have got obviously phones in their pockets all the time. Why is sending the system, the messages directly from Reapit so much better than sending it from your own phone?
Well, first of all, if you've got your own phone, then it's your personal number that's being used. And from an agency's point of view, that's a really bad idea, because it means that if something happens to that person, like they leave the company, or they go on holiday, or maybe they accidentally drop their phone. I won't retell the story on Virgin Rail with a very distressed young lady who had gone to the loo and accidentally lost her phone, but you can imagine how that played out. All of these things can happen. It's not a good idea to be running things, having it tied to your personal, but also it's a safety issue as well. People getting harassed, people having unsolicited calls. We're 24/7. Employees on 24/7. They don't want 2 a.m., 3 a.m. calls in the morning. And also it's the volume thing as well. We can automatically respond to clients. We can send follow-up messages. We've got our intelligent AI conversation, where you can send PDFs and information about a property, answer queries. All of these things you can only do when you've got a system that's truly integrated into the Reapit Foundation's platform, and get that information and answer the queries and make the bookings and do all these other things that you simply can't do on a standalone phone.
So how does the client benefit from this collaboration then, Brad? You mentioned a couple of ways there, and crucially as well, how has it changed from the old way, which was a hard-coded kind of bit of third-party integration, to now obviously the you all singing, all dancing foundations? Can you just give us a bit of context there?
Well, previously, without trash talking my own product, it was a bit of a dumb messaging system. So you could send a message to someone's pocket saying, are you still up for the appointment? Someone could send a reply back saying, I'm lost, can you confirm what the address is? Or I'm really sorry, the babysitter's become ill, can we postpone it till tomorrow? Whatever it is, the world's a real and dynamic place. Changes happen. This is within people's lives. And we had the two-way conversation that enabled negotiators to communicate with their clients and give that value-added service, but it was very much just a pipeline of communication between the negotiators and the agents. That on its own is great, because people want that personal communication. They want to know that someone's at the end of the phone line, so to speak. And of course, if the negotiator was out the office, someone else could pick it up, so there was always someone who was able to reply, and it gives great customer service and great personal service. And of course, from the negotiator's point of view, the big thing is not forgetting appointments or dropping those sales or those leads when they happen, being able to drive that pipeline through. Did not shows were an absolute blight at various points in the property industry, and simple things like an appointment reminder went a long way to help address that and correct the industry. But now we've come through the pandemic. We've had staff going on furlough. We've had the beautiful tsunami of activity that the Chancellor queued up with the stamp duty cut off, and so many leads coming through that sort of flooded what the agents could do. And when you've got automated processes where they can pick up these leads, you can pick up these queries, you can deal with them automatically, you can scale up your business in the areas that you most need to at the time that you need it, and you can scale it down again, and you don't have to worry about redundancies and or rapidly trying to train staff. You can put your staff on the parts that make a difference, which is that human engagement, that human interaction, talking to the customers and let systems like our own get rid of all the grunt work that frankly takes up time and is a cost. But actually, it's just a process of getting human to human conversation going and driving the sales. So it's all about scalability and that customer service and maintaining the quality of your brand and your presence with your customers.
And omni-channel is really important here, isn't it? Obviously, Reapit has the ability to obviously communicate, whether it's hard copy letters, whether it's doing email, SMS has to be in there for all the famously quoted delivery open rates and everything else. So that's massively important, isn't it? You're not just a one-trick pony in terms of communication.
Matt, I think that's really important actually as well. I just made a note on that. Is what obviously SMS Speedway does well is those fundamentals. And before foundations came along, it was very much that text messaging piece, as you said, Bradley. It's always the fall through rates and the stats around that gets quoted, and it's still a big driver when we're talking to prospects, because obviously anyone who engages with us takes up the SMS Speedway integration from that point of view. But I certainly was guilty of it. I hear SMS Speedway and I think text messages only, but you obviously do much more than that, don't you, Bradley? It's WhatsApp, it's all these social connectors are in there as well, and that's something that with Foundations you're able to start bringing to that sort of our agency cloud's client base.
Hats off to you. Keep it going, and hope you all have a good week, eh?
Thanks, Simon.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Cheers.